When I first saw this thing parked at the racetrack, I thought, what a ridiculous looking rig. Blunt, huge, chrome, American. That thing must absolutely drink like Ozzy Osbourne used to. Surely nobody needs a rig that big. But then I suppose nobody needs a McLaren either, so to each their own. But Mike's a practical person, and he assured me that he does need a big rig, sometimes, in fact quite often, towing well over 3 tonnes. And he says when he's not towing, it can be as fuel efficient as a regular family car, like better than 10 litres per 100k, or up to 30 miles per gallon, from a 6.2 litre V8. To which I called bullshit. Well, in a polite way, I think I said really, which is how you say bullshit to a 6'3" truckie. His argument is that it's more aerodynamic than it looks, and it's much better to use a big motor not working hard than a small motor busting its guts. So today we'll do a road trip without a trailer and see just how economical this 420 horsepower big rig can be. And in the great Aussie tradition, we'll have a bet.
Good morning, Stewie.
Good morning, Michael.
Bit of a wet day today, mate.
Disappointing, but we've got a very appointing truck, if that's disappointing.
We have. So we've got a 2021 Chevrolet 1500.
Chevrolet, not Chevrolet.
Chevrolet.
Mark, I think, would be glad not to be here today because he classifies cars into 3 types. There's sports cars, worthy of review. There's just transport, which is most other things. And then there's utilitarian or commercial vehicles, which is
of no use whatsoever to Mark.
That's right.
Yes. Well, he actually probably might find this useful because you can tow a race car with this one.
In fact, he can tow like
4.5 tonne of
4.6
race
tonnes
cars.
of race cars.
That's right.
So yes, it's incredibly useful. We've got about an hour and a bit's drive, 70 kilometres to Jugiong.
To Jugiong, yeah.
A challenge. I want to see if you can do better than 9 litres per 100 kilometres.
9. I think the book says that this vehicle's supposed to do, they advertise it at 12.5.
Yeah. So
I reckon I can do 9.
That's around 26 US miles per gallon or around 32 imperial miles per gallon.
32. Gee, that'll be a challenge.
Yeah, well, you're up to it, I'm sure. And you got to drive normally, as in
okay,
on the way to Jugiong. Then what do? We have a morning tea.
You're shouting tea if I can make 9. If I can't make 9, I'll shout.
All right. So
we've reset it. We've reset just go up and double check that so you can see that I have reset it. There it is there.
Yeah, okay, fantastic.
So currently at 10.2, and currently I'm shouting morning tea. Okay.
All right, so let me tell you about this vehicle, what I've learned. This is not my normal kind of vehicle, but in Australia, dual cabs people love them.
They're just much more versatile. You can do the whole thing with the family. Take the kids, go on a holiday, take the rubbish to the tip. It's very comfortable on a long trip.
The big argument for me would be it's not fuel efficient, but you're about to prove me wrong on that.
So. Hopefully.
But it's expensive.
Yes, it was 125,000.
Wow.
It is a lot, but then if you go and compare it to other vehicles to tow 4.5 tonne, well, you can't do that with a Toyota Land Cruiser. It'll only tow about 3.5 from memory.
Yeah.
We're probably a bit heavier than that too. We carry an extra 100 litres of fuel on this. I put a bigger fuel tank in it.
How big's your tank?
190.
190 litres?
Yeah, so...
That'll give you a range of... If you were in super economy mode and you're doing 10 litres per 100k...
Oh, wow.
That's 1900 k's.
That's right.
Wow. That's 1,200 miles.
You only need a personal loan though to fill the tank up when you get there though.
And there's the problem.
I was a bit hesitant at buying a V8 petrol because I've had diesels for many years, and I think it's just conditioned that, into thinking that the diesel was cheaper to run than the V8 petrol, but I haven't found that to be the case.
Really?
Yeah.
And you've got as much experience as anybody with diesels, having run a whole fleet of diesel trucks. Imagine how many litres of diesel you've burned in the last 40 years.
I hate to think, Stewie. Let's not get into electric car debate.
Think about that.
Hey, now I was thinking of something last night about your electric cars. Just say you were working for me.
Yeah.
And you lived in Sydney, and I said to you, Stewie, can you go up to a customer at Young? I want to sell them, say we're selling solar panels for the roof, just as a bit of an exercise.
Very green, yeah.
Green.
Yeah.
and you were going to, I'm paying you, a pretty good wage. You're on $40 an hour.
Cool.
Okay. And you leave Sydney in the morning in your electric car.
Yes.
I've got to pay you to drive to Young, do the presentation to the customer and drive back to Sydney that night.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're in your electric car.
And it's 430 odd Ks or something like that?
Yeah, both ways. Yep. So how long will it take you to charge when you get to Young?
Well, we'll need at least one charge, and it depends very much on the charger that I find.
Okay.
Now, if I currently in Young, all you've got is a 50 kilowatt free charger. So
yes.
hey, good news, it's free. Bad news.
Yeah, that'll save.
At 50 kilowatts, yeah, it's going to be a long charge based on that 50 kilowatt. Now the car's capable of charging 3 times faster than that. It'll charge 150 kilowatt.
Yeah, but you don't have that.
But you're limited by what you've got.
And then when you got home that night,
yep.
will it charge up again enough time at home? How long will it take?
If you're just running off a normal 240 volt socket, no.
Yep, no.
It won't. It'll only give you about a third of a tank, a third of a battery overnight. So you'll need more than that, but I would have upgraded my home infrastructure to do it.
Hopefully that you can have 3-phase into your house, and
which I know I do. Even though I'm in an apartment block, I know it's available there, so I'm lucky, and it's metered to my unit. So
fantastic.
That'd work for me.
Okay, let's get back to the fuel economy run.
Yeah. Does wet weather make a difference to your fuel economy?
Oh, absolutely, mate. Wet weather makes a huge difference. The tyre's got to push that water out of the way. But the other thing that people forget about is they add all sorts of things onto their cars that create drag.
Like spoilers.
Like they'll put driving lights, simply driving lights, or a roof rack. So we're talking about anticipating here, Stu, coming up to a 1-lane bridge. So, we're just going to go a little bit slower because
you might have somebody coming the other way.
That's right.
And we're lucky.
Could be my brother. He doesn't give way to people on bridges. So.
Doesn't he?
No. So we've got a corner coming up here, so we've anticipated back there that we've got to turn and come onto the freeway. Yep, off the throttle really early.
Having a good look here. Round we go, beautiful.
Sorry to break the news to you, Stu.
Mate. What?
We've just...
oh, no.
Oh, yes.
That's all right, I don't mind. 31 Ks into 71K trip.
Yeah, so we're
at 8.6. Just trickle through
anticipation. We've got to,
Oh, that's a big word.
Yeah, we've got to anticipate that the kids are going to stay out of the way. We don't have to brake and stay there idling.
Do a full ABS stop. That'll ruin the whole experiment.
Turn?
Did you miss your turn?
I think I missed the turn.
Oh no, there goes the whole thing.
No, it's all right. We have missed the turn, but that's all right. You were talking to me coming through the school zone. We blame you.
We're blokes, we can only do one thing at a time.
That's right. We're just...
I tricked you.
Distract him.
Look, here's a shiny thing over here. 8.7.
8.7 and we're at hard. We've got a lot of steep climbs to go yet, Stewie.
Okay, the jury's out. What do you think, viewer? Will he achieve his 9 litres per 100k or better?
It'd be a very good test, Stewie, because a lot of people think that, you've got a big 6.2 litre naturally aspirated V8. It's not a turbo engine that we've been told these days that's what you've got to have for fuel economy.
It's a big old hairy chested...
The 10-speed auto.
10?
It's a 10-speed, yeah.
Who needs 10 gears?
Well, they're so close together.
Okay, so it keeps it right in the sweet spot.
Right in the sweet spot all the time.
6.162 litres, 313 kilowatts, 420 horsepower.
420.
624 newton metres. For you Americans who went metric in 1972 but completely forgot and still talking foot-pounds and horsepower and stuff, that's 460 foot-pounds of torque. That's a lot.
Pretty torquey.
Did you know that America went metric in the 1970s?
I did not. I never knew. I thought they were still in.
But they just went, no, screw that. We're just doing...
No, we're keeping our guns and our old...
And they said, don't pass me an 11mm socket, pass me a 7/16. Oh, that's too small. Give me a 15-30
That's it.
Have you got a 3164? That's how it works.
Okay.
We're
right on the cusp here, Stu.
9.1.
I'm shouting again.
Oh, yeah, but it looks like we're on the top of a range here.
We've climbed up.
It's going to get better here. And isn't it pretty too?
A couple of things people forget about when they look at those towing numbers. So it's a combined mass. Like people think, oh wow, I can get a 4.5 ton caravan and swing on the back. Well, no, you can't, because it only leaves you about 100 kilos to put in the back of the ute.
Yep. So
By the time you have your 2 suitcases, well, no, we can't do it. It's fantastically set up for towing, Stewie. Like if you go and buy, like we mentioned, some of them other vehicles, then they're not set up. Then you've got to go and put all your accessories in to tow. You've got to go and put the bigger oil cooler, the bigger radiator. You've got to put your electric braking system. Well, this is actually built in. It has built-in camera provision plugs in the back, and it's already set up for your screen. Great camera system in the car. If you've got
that's amazing.
say you've got people sitting here in the back seat and their heads are blocking the revision mirror, well, that camera's at the back.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is a great feature, isn't it? You put into the computer beforehand the length of the trailer you're towing, the axle to pin, the pin to the rear of the trailer, and it adjusts the camera so when you're going around the corner to always follow the rear of the trailer.
That's very
so
clever.
It's great when you're going into really tight spots and you're trying to, rather than readjusting the mirror all the time, the camera just follows the back of the...
That's very clever.
It's a great idea.
Plus all the features you'd expect in a high-end luxury car as well, like lane keep assist and active emergency braking and adaptive cruise and head-up display. You got a head-up display on this?
Yeah, it's got a heads-up on there at the moment.
People that aspire to one of these cars and would love to get one, they're still only going to be towing a small proportion of the time. Unlike you, you're towing a lot.
And I've actually towed for 75% of the time I've owned the vehicle. Okay. So it's a big percentage. I'm getting good utilisation out of it for that.
Absolutely. I'd suggest that's unusual.
Yes.
For your urban warrior who wants to go camping.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got 5Ks to go. Average economy is 9.4 litres per 100k. Yes, I'm in front, although 9.5, it's creeping up. However, I happen to know, coming into Jugiong,
but look at this wind you've been praying for that's a headwind for us.
One. So I reckon you're going to pick up quite a bit. 9.5. Can we sneak it under?
I think you're going to do it, Stu. I don't think we're going to make our 9. No, we will not make it. We're at 9.4. 9.3.
9.3.
Oh, look what's coming up here.
Tesla, hello. Couldn't help yourself. You're in a losing situation right now, and you're still got to
look at the bright side of things.
You've still got to try and stick it up the opposition. 9.2. You can do a lap of town if you like.
Well, we've got to find a park here. I don't want to use any fuel. I think I'll have to park in here and concede defeat.
Oh, really? Oh, that's such a shame.
9.2. We've done 70.3 kilometres.
That is better than 30 imperial miles per gallon.
Is it really?
Unusually, against the odds, I won.
Congratulations, Stuart.
Yeah,
on the rain.
It's a hollow victory though, because
I think I'm pretty happy that we got 9.2 litres. That's excellent.
Yeah.
So I won the bet and thoroughly enjoyed the best toasty ever. Thank you, Mike.
Can I just say well done? You did a great job.
Thanks, Stuart. If you didn't distract me so much, I might have got there.
30.7 miles per gallon.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Not only is Mike an hilarious country boy, but he does have an amazing car collection. Today was just a bit of fun, not a proper performance review, but there are proper reviews of some of his other cars. The EH Holden his dad bought, these lovely Volvos, his Maserati, and his lovely wife Pauline's superfast Mini and the Citroën Goddess, which is now the most popular review on our whole channel. You must check that one out. So if you want to see more of Mike, please leave a comment and let us know.
You've just taken away my single biggest argument as to why people should not own these vehicles. It's very comfortable. This, dare I say, it's actually riding better and quieter than your Mini on its run flat tyres that we drove in yesterday.
Oh yes,
it's an effortless glide. Made in Mexico, I believe, but then converted here in Australia, in Melbourne, to right-hand drive.
Yeah, and they do a fantastic job down there at Walkinshaws. I really went over this with a fine-tooth comb, and you just wouldn't be able to see. I couldn't find where it had actually had anything being converted. It all looked like it was a factory original. Hey Siri, play
La Villa Strangiato by Rush.
Now playing La Villa Strangiato by Rush.
How good is that?
interesting, Stewie, when you hook your trailer up, it comes up on the screen. As soon as it senses the trailer plugs in, it says, do you want to check your lights? And you just push the yes button, and then you can hop out, and it actually does an individual indicator, left and right flash, brake light flash, reversing lights
One after the other.
one after the other. And so you don't actually need two people. Or it was an excellent idea. Like my race car and trailer only comes in at about 2.6 tonne, and you just don't know that much is on there. Basically the performance is unaltered by that much weight. Oh, you've got him in the camera, have you?
Yeah, I've got him in the camera.
Is there any reason you were doing 140 kilometres an hour? Well, possibly two reasons. One is I could have a dirty fuel filter, and the other one is it's got a headwind, because I usually do about $1.55 up through here.
Yep. I've said that to a copper. When, so gee, you're lucky you didn't get me 10 minutes ago, because I was really travelling.
Yeah.
We'll do in a minute.
He might go past us here.
Yep. Yep.
Let's see if he gets back in. Oh, it's Pat Smith. It's okay. Guess you'll never guess where he gets his car washed at.
Does he wash his car at your car wash?
Yes, he does, yeah. I give him tokens to keep an eye on the car wash. Comes through there just occasionally. He would have already had that up on his screen.
Yep.
And seen who I was.
It'll go, oh, that's Michael Ricketts.
Yeah. He'll be waiting for us to come through here going too fast too.
Will be sweet, mate. You're so responsible.
See, look at that.
Yeah, he's back down to 80
Yep.
with his reverse radar on.
Do you ever
Well,
have a radar detector, Stewie?
No, I never did, actually.
Did
Even when they were legal, I didn't have one.
Yeah.
But people went to such efforts to hide them in their air ducts and vents. And
Oh, I had a friend of mine that had the best spot ever to hide a radar detector. He used to wear a terry, he's baldy like you, and he had a terry toweling hat. He used to have it sticky taped on his head with a 9-volt battery drive in it.
Is that right?
That's right, yeah. Under his
And
under
because
his
we know you got
hat.
one, we've detected you got one,
Yeah.
and we're going to find it.
Step out of the vehicle, driver.
Yeah, do your best.
We're at 9.5.
Okay. It's not as if we had a massive downhill run on the way down there and back again, because it's evened out. It's pretty much the same coming home. A to B to A is a proper test.
That's right. And the other one that does too is when you're in reverse.
Yeah.
If you've got a vehicle coming on your left, the seat will vibrate on the left-hand side, and if you've got a vehicle coming on the right, it's the right-hand side of the seat.
Isn't that amazing?
It's just truly amazing.
It actually has all the fruit, doesn't it? This thing. And yeah, it's been a very comfy trip. I've enjoyed it. It's not a car we want to fang.
We could have done.
We could have. Does it go?
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Walkinshaw put an optional, sports package exhaust available. Oh, they sound cool. It's about $3,000. 9.4.
Here he goes.
We're 200 metres from the post office, so that's probably what you'd call young to young.
So there you go. Got the big roof racks, the light bar, the big roo bar. Everything you need to make the fuel economy as bad as possible.
That's it. More wind drag. You know, your camping gear on the top that you only use once every 6 months.
Can't be bothered taking it off. So I
Yeah.
might go on holidays again next Easter. Are we feeling a bit smug driving around in a 6.2 litre truck talking about how poor everyone's use of fuel is? Bull bar, snorkel. Got to have a snorkel.
Bull bar.
Bull bar, 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 bull bar.
Big mud flaps, big fuel user. Here's a beauty here for using fuel. Have a look at that one.
Yeah, the King's roof bars.
Yep.
Light bar on the top.
Snorkel, dragging.
Do you want to go to the car wash, to the young car wash?
We'd better go to the car wash, I suppose.
Because the owner of this vehicle will be upset if we return it.
He certainly
Dirty.
will.
He's a tough bastard. Okay.
Some people say it's the most beautiful sound in the world.
Don't forget, Mark Williamson and I do proper performance reviews from an ownership perspective, everything from affordable sports cars, classics to high-performance exotica. So if you haven't seen us before, please have a stroll around inCARnation Australia.
I love my car. I love my car.
Oh, that sounds like a GT3.
And you know the rest. Leave a like, comment or even subscribe.
And in return, I will try to get you some fun car content every week. Oh hey, you made it right through to the end of the video. Congratulations. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please share it with your motoring friends. And above all, click the little subscribe thing down here so you can see the latest videos when we bring them out, hopefully each week. I look forward to seeing you soon.